Today is 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this February 1st. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And the month is coming in not too badly.
Yeah, not too bad. It's temperatures in the 30s this morning. Pretty quiet out there, too. Yet again, cloudy skies, as in the typical system.
Yeah.
There are some spots that could be seeing some patchy freezing drizzle, primarily in the north country this morning, but the rest of us remaining quiet until this afternoon. We could be seeing initially light rain, switching over to some flurries. So let's take a look at those current conditions. First, a live look at downtown Utica. Of course, dry conditions. So far, things are looking quiet as you head out the door early this morning. And a look around the state temperature-wise, remaining in the low 30s, just below freezing in Hamilton, but up in Rome, it's 33 degrees. But notice up in the North Country, Watertown reporting rain showers and Saranac Lake reporting snow. That's because we got a weak system moving in, and the initial wave of it is producing some patchy light drizzle, and some of it is freezing in higher elevations. So just a heads up for those of you living in northern Herkimer County that could be a potential travel concern, but again, the main roads will be okay. Just watch out for some slick spots on untreated surfaces. For today, though, high of 38, light rain and snow moves in. Again, this is not going to be a super impactful system. Barely anything will be accumulating here in the Mohawk Valley. But beyond this, things are looking on the sunny side. We have a bit more on that coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. Developing this morning, a Utica firefighter.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back, everyone. It is now the first day of February. Boy, the month of January has flown by so quickly. A look at what to expect as you head the door this morning. Again, the main roads in the Mohawk Valley, of course, are looking dry and clear as you head out to work. Those drive times, pretty average as usual. Same thing, 17 to 20-minute drive along I-90 from as far as Verona to Little Falls all the way to Utica. Arterial between 790 and 840. Typical drive time of 5 to 6 minutes. Excuse me. 5S, Utica to Mohawk and back, 17 to 16-minute drive. And finally, Route 49, an 11-minute drive. Your commute cast, heading to work this morning, mostly cloudy skies, no travel impacts are expected. As you leave work today, we've got that weak clipper system arriving from the west, and this won't cause any travel issues for the lowest elevations, but hilltops could see some slushy light snow from this event as well. So just a heads up, if you do live in higher elevations this evening on untreated or less traveled roads, things could get a little bit slippery. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The leaders of the nation's largest.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. The 1st of February is here, and with that, we can recap what we have at least experienced so far this past January. And for those of you who have assumed it was a mild one, well, you're correct. Let's take a look at the average or temperatures versus average over the span of the entire month of January. And as you can see, a lot of red, a lot of warmer than average days. We got a cooler week in the middle. In fact, a really cold day, cold weekend on the 20th and 21st with those really frigid wind chills. But let's take a look below here. 18 days were above average, 4 were below, 9 were right around par for this time of year. Regardless, entering the first week of February, it's looking to be somewhat average once more, but we're going to see some of that sunshine later on. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Pretty much everything is quiet. We're tracking the potential for some light drizzle in North Country. Our Skywatcher and Inlet reports flurries taking place, so just a heads up. Watch out for some isolated slick spots in higher elevations up there as well. Those temperatures, again, North Country below freezing, 31 Inlet, 31 Outer Lake. In the Mohawk Valley, 34 Whitesboro, 35 Westernville, 32 Little Falls and Dodgeville, and into the south, 32 Sherburne, 32 Norwich, and 30 degrees in Oneonta. And today, warming up a few degrees, again, similar to yesterday, into the mid to as high as the upper 30s. Wind speeds are going to be a little bit more breezy, but again, not a completely windy day out there today. And regarding rain or snow chance, it's low, non-zero, especially as this system continues to arrive from the northwest. As we approach the overnight hours, that's our best chance of seeing sprinkles and a few flurries depending on elevation. So, the broader picture, again, we've got this high pressure keeping things quiet here locally, but that's changing as low pressure moves in from the northwest, and we can see a chance for a few light snow showers and sprinkles. The system is very weak. It doesn't have a lot of moisture associated with it, so we're not expecting a whole lot in terms of any rainfall or snowfall, even to accumulate in some spots as well. Our skycast, again, this afternoon, we're seeing this push of moisture move through the area. A few spotty flurries here and there. Then heading into the overnight hours, that's when the light snow moves in. And you can see the primary area of coverage will be in that upsloping region, primarily south of the Mohawk Valley and, of course, north in the Tug Hill region and north of the Adirondacks as the system moves through to the south. Following this, though, if we take a look at Saturday, an early preview of that, initial clouds in the morning, but by the afternoon, sun, that all too elusive sunshine is moving in as we head into the weekend. And regarding snowfall accumulation, there's a good idea of how things are going to shape up for tonight and into tomorrow. The valley is going to miss out on a lot of that, those temperatures above freezing. But as you can see here, the highest elevations, especially as you head down Route 8 and Route 12 in the southern valleys, could see dusting to as high as an inch or two of snow. Today, high 38, light rain, snow. Tonight, light snow, low at 33. 7-day forecast. Gary, take a look at this. We've got rain and snow for today and tomorrow, and then sunshine.
Wow.
And this can extend to as far as next Friday.
Oh,
with
I
this
thought you
weather
were going to say
pattern.
July.
I mean, I don't want to go too far out with that.
Hey, that's looking good. Eric, thanks. The time right now is 5:23. Still ahead on Sunrise, February 1st, 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
Yeah, I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And Punxsutawney Phil is tomorrow, and February is coming in pretty calm.
Yeah, that's right. This morning, a bit on the quiet side, cloudy skies, and starting out following today and tomorrow, because we do have some light snow and rain, we've got some sunshine heading into several days in a row. This is not just a one-day event, and I think all of us are more than excited to finally get several days of sun in what's been a very cloudy and blah stretch of weather.
It'll be like light and day.
Light and day.
Night
yeah,
and day.
Night and day. And for today, again, starting out on the quiet and cloudy side, a live look at our Nexus camera looking at downtown Utica as we can see that low-level cloud layer still being stubborn here locally. And those temperatures hovering in the low 30s this morning. 33 Rome, 32 degrees Hamilton. Up to the north, though, Watertown reporting rain, Saranac Lake reporting snow. We've got a weak, at least a weak band of snow from the Clipper to the north, pushing in a little early in some locations north. And some of our sky watchers reporting in some light flurries taking place up in the north country. And there could be some light freezing drizzle as well in those locations that do rise above freezing briefly. But for today, though, here in the Mohawk Valley and south, a light rain and snow mix arrives this afternoon and this evening. Nothing too major with this system, but enough to produce a light coating of snow by the early morning hours tomorrow in some spots, a little more in higher elevations. But beyond that, we are tracking a dry and sunny stretch as we head into next week. Full details on that coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. We are now getting a clearer picture.
Welcome back. Of course, it's time to showcase our weather photo of the day for this February 1st. And with this, going back to that beautiful snow we saw over the weekend, last weekend, you can see that beautiful scene here in Kirkland. And with this snow, it was wet, it was dense, it could stick to the trees very easily. We even got to see a nice scene especially on those hilltops, lasting several days. It didn't really warm up too much with that as well. So with this scene, we're not going to see a whole lot of this for the near future, as we do have some light snow moving in tonight and early tomorrow. But beyond that, that sun moving in the next week or so will keep things quiet and snow-free. Of course, this is in Kirkland right there. If you want to submit your weather photo to be showcased here on News Channel 2 at sunrise, send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics. Local temperatures this morning hovering above freezing in the Mohawk Valley. 34 Whitesboro, 33 Hessville, a little cooler, 32 in Little Falls, below freezing up in Inlet at 31. Same thing for Lake Pleasant. And a live look at the Artful Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Here's all is quiet in the Mohawk Valley, but again, there could be some flurries or some patchy freezing drizzle up in the North Country early this morning. Gary?
Eric, thanks. You've seen them around, and we've talked about them right here on News.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Happy Thursday, everyone. Happy February 1st. And today, similar start to yesterday. 30-degree temperatures, cloudy skies, but weather will be a bit more on the unsettled side as we head into the afternoon and overnight hours. Real quick, though, a recap of those January temperatures. Those of you who are wondering if it was a more mild one than usual, well, you're not wrong. Lots and lots of reds indicating above average temperatures, which in January standards mean warmer than the low 30s pretty much. There was a cold stretch. In fact, that really cold weekend with those frigid wind chills, but regardless, it was a pretty mild January. Now heading into the near term, first, a live look at the Artful Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. All is quiet here in the Mohawk Valley. A few flurries moving through portions of the North Country along Route 28 up in Old Forge and in Inlet. And those temperatures this morning, 35 Westmoreland, 31 Otter Lake, below freezing up in the North Country in Inlet, 31 Lake Pleasant, 32 Dollersville, Little Falls, and Deansboro. In the Southern Valleys, 32 Sherburne, 29 Skenevis, 32 degrees up in Cooperstown. And for today, our temperatures climb once again into the mid-30s for highs. Wind speeds a little bit more breezy than yesterday, but not going to be too bad in terms of wind speeds. Clouds, well, still looking pretty cloudy for today. And then regarding rain chances, or rain or snow chances, it's going to be a bit on the unsettled side. Non-zero for the afternoon, but as you approach the overnight hours, our best chance of seeing a few flurries and light drizzle. The broader picture here, we've got, again, high pressure, keeping things quiet, a low-level inversion, trapping those clouds in what would be a sunny and clear start to the day if this was a few months later. Regardless, though, we got a weak clipper system arriving from the northwest. That'll bring with it the chance for initially some sprinkles in the Mohawk Valley before switching over to light, I would say more slushy type snow with those temperatures hovering right around 32 degrees. And in our Skycast for today, again, we're talking about those snowy conditions heading into the overnight hours tonight. It's not anything major, but it's enough to at least produce some coatings of snow, especially in the highest elevation south of the Mohawk Valley. But take a look at this. As we approach tomorrow night and into early Saturday, we're seeing some of that sun start to peek out. Saturday morning, still some lingering clouds, but as we approach Saturday afternoon, plentiful sunshine begins to arrive, and this will be a common trend as we approach next week. And just a quick look at a possible snowfall accumulation for tonight and tomorrow. Notice where all that snow is falling. Highest elevations, it doesn't really look to accumulate or stick too much in the lowest elevations along I-90 and, of course, in downtown Utica. And for today, high 38 degrees, light rain and snow arrives tonight, a low of 33 with some light snow. Your 7-day forecast, something that I've been looking forward to. I'm pretty sure, Gary, you've been looking forward to. After tonight and tomorrow, unsettled weather moves away, and we're talking about sunshine. Maybe a few passing clouds here and there next week, but the prominent weather feature
Wow.
is lots of sun.
And it's dry, too.
Yeah, pretty much dry. We got monitoring a coastal system next Friday, but beyond that, it's looking entirely dry.
Good walking weather coming up.
Yes.
We need it. Eric, thanks. The time right now is 5:53, 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this Thursday. I'm Gary Liberatore.
I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And happy February to you.
Happy February 1st.
Yeah.
And at least the year so far is what, 8 and 9% done so far?
Man, it's
already
passed.
zooming by. Last I checked, it was Christmas time, it was New Year's, and now, of course, it's now February and Groundhog Day tomorrow. And at this point, I'm still thinking he's not going to see his shadow. I've been baking on it the past few days. It's going to be cloudy here in the Northeast, primarily down in Pennsylvania where he does reside, and here locally again, clouds tomorrow. But for today, though, clouds to start out your morning. However, we've got a weak system bringing the chance for some light rain and snow arriving this afternoon into the overnight hours. You can see a live view of Utica right there, that low-level cloud layer over the city. Currently 33 degrees at Rome, 32 in Hamilton, down in Binghamton 33 as well. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We're tracking a few flurries and some drizzle falling in portions of the North Country, primarily up in Old Forge and Inlet. But besides that, the rest of the Mohawk Valley in central New York is looking pretty quiet. And for today, it will start out mainly quiet. However, this afternoon and this evening, one or two bands or so of some light flurries and drizzle will move through our area. We're talking about the potential impacts for that. They're going to be minor, if any. And beyond this, we've got some sunshine as we head into this weekend and next week. We'll talk all about that coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. A Utica firefighter is recovering.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning, welcome back. Happy February 1st, everyone. And looking ahead to today, what to expect as you drive to and from work. Starting out, heading to work this morning, road conditions are looking dry, they're looking clear, no impacts expected for your travel. No accidents to report as of now, too. Timing looking as normal for I-90. Same thing for the arterial, a 5 to 6 minute drive. 5S, east and west, 16 to 18 minute drive. Still no true impacts on travel this morning as well from any, again, incidents on the roadways. And same thing for Route 49 from Utica to Rome, currently at 11-minute drive time. What to expect for today? Well, we've got dry conditions this morning, no travel impacts at all. For this evening, this weak system moves in from the northwest. This will bring with it the chance of some light rain and some light snow. The Mohawk Valley will miss out on most, if not all, of this accumulating snow, but there could be some in the higher elevations and those hilltops that could be a little bit on the slippery side with those temperatures hovering right around the freezing mark. So again, the only commute issues expected for the evening will be, again, isolated to those hilltops. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The leaders of the nation's largest social media companies were on
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. Happy February 1st, everyone. It's starting out to be a bit on the cloudy side today, same with the past several days, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. We got sunshine this weekend, but first, we have a weak system bringing some light snow and rain heading into tonight. Recap of January's conditions. Those of you who thought it was a mild one, well, you're not wrong. Lots of reds indicating above average temperatures for this time of year. One cold stretch in the middle of it between at least the 20 and 21st. We saw those really frigid wind chills, but again, overall, pretty warm by January standards. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. All is quiet here locally, aside for some light patchy drizzle, some flurries taking place up near Old Forge in the North Country. And those temperatures hovering right around the 32-degree mark. 34 Westmoreland, 35 Westernville, heading up north, 31 Otter Lake Inlet. To the south, 34 Hamilton, 32 Cooperstown, 30 Oneonta, 32 degrees in Unadilla. Today's highs a little warmer, warming up into the mid-30s by the afternoon. Wind speeds a little bit on the more breezy side, if you want to call it that, but not as windy as a windy day, with rain chances and snow chances arriving as we approach the afternoon and evening hours. And all depends on elevation. We've got above freezing temperatures in the valley, and then we're going to see a clipper system arrive from the northwest, pulling in that cold front down. And as you can see here, it'll be spotty rain and snow showers. This isn't expected to be anything too major, but enough to produce a coating of snow, maybe an inch or two in higher elevations as we head into the early morning hours tomorrow. And on our Skycast, as we can see here, cloudy skies today. Heading into this afternoon and this evening, we've got a couple of chances to see a few flurries and light snow showers. The best chance will be during the overnight hours tonight as that cold front moves through the area. Then as we head into tomorrow afternoon, we got lingering flurries here and there with mostly cloudy skies, temperatures climbing into the mid-30s. Then tomorrow night, things quiet down once more, and then by Saturday morning, some partial clearing, still some lingering low-level clouds, but take a look at Saturday afternoon. We've got some sunshine moving in, and this will be more common than what we saw earlier on in the Skycast. Regarding snowfall accumulation chances, as you can see here, the lowest elevations will miss out on a lot of that snow. This will primarily stick to the hilltops north and south of the Mohawk Valley. So, of course, we're not really expecting anything too major in terms of travel issues for the lower elevations, but watch out for some slick spots as you head up to the hilltops. Today, high of 38, light rain and snow arrives this evening. Tonight, just some light flurries and snow showers, a low of 33. Your 7-day forecast after Groundhog Day tomorrow. I know he's not forecasting sunshine. He's forecasting either 6 more weeks of winter, but I would say the second he doesn't see a shadow, we've got all that sunshine arriving by the weekend and next week.
He'll be out and about.
Oh yeah, enjoying it. Probably see him out for the walk as we're going out enjoying the plentiful sunshine this weekend.
Eric, thanks. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning once again, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
Hello, Storm Tracker 2. I'm meteorologist Eric Gage.
And February is coming in not so badly, so maybe we'll see a repeat of January, a rather mild month here in the winter.
Yeah, that's right. January was more on the mild side, nearly 20 days above average. And heading into the start of today, a little on the more mild side. We're not seeing teens and 20s, actually some locations mid-30s this morning. Now, it is quiet to start out today, but we do have the chance for some light rain and snow as we head into the evening hours and the overnight into early Friday. A live look, though, at downtown Utica, we can see that persistent cloud cover still clinging on here in the Mohawk Valley. Currently 33 degrees at Griffiths and Rome. Sunrise 7:21, sunset 5:15. And although those sunrises are getting sooner and sooner, unfortunately, we're not seeing too much with all this cloud cover. 33 in Rome, 32 Hamilton, nearly 40 as you head out closer to Syracuse. In fact, it's warmer up in Watertown than it is here in Rome currently. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 at live radar. Pretty much all is quiet. We're still tracking some light flurries and some drizzle that could be freezing in some untreated surfaces up near Old Forge and Inlet. So heads up for that for those of you who live on Route 28 heading into the North Country. But for the rest of us here this morning, remaining quiet. As we approach the later half of today, a few bands of some light sprinkles and flurries will move into our area before things turn more on the unsettled side tonight. We're talking about a chance for some accumulating snow, not really in the Mohawk Valley, mainly in those hilltop areas. Beyond today and tonight, we've got quiet and even sunny weather on the horizon. We'll talk all about that in detail coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. We are getting a clearer picture.
Welcome back, showcasing our weather photo of the day today, including the first day of February. Well, by the way, we started out by showcasing a nice scene of snow from Kirkland. This is, of course, from the past weekend with all that wet snow that, of course, accumulated very easily on those hilltops. Beautiful scene right there A scene we are not likely to see as we head into this weekend and eventually next week, with not so much warmer temperatures, but plenty of sunshine. Not looking to see any more of that accumulating snow. Those temperatures this morning as you head out the door, hovering right around the 32-degree mark. 32 Cooperstown, 35 in Westmoreland, a little cooler up north, 32 Inlet, 32 over in Little Falls. And lastly, a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, a live radar. All is quiet here this morning, aside from some patchy flurries and drizzle up in the North Country. We're tracking the potential for some light rain and snow heading into the later half of today and into tonight. We'll talk all about that in detail coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. Looking ahead now, this Sunday is Pokemon Go Day.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Happy Thursday, everyone. Happy February 1st. The January month has flown by, and it's been a pretty mild one, aside from a single one or two storm systems produce a good amount of snow. Regarding the temperatures, it's been pretty mild. As we take a look at the temperatures versus average across the month of January, we see lots and lots of red. We did have one cold stretch, the 20th and 21st, that weekend with those frigid wind chills right around or below zero. But as you can see, around 18 days above average. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, a live radar. Of course, things here in central New York are quiet and cloudy this morning. We're still tracking some light drizzle and flurries. Some of that drizzle could be freezing in some untreated surfaces up in the North Country near Old Forge, but besides that, the rest of us are looking pretty quiet this morning. Sky watchers: Mike in New Hartford 34, Bob Clinton 35, Todd in Westdale with 33 degrees. In the North Country, both Bill and Sean with 31. In the Southern Valley, Stewart and Cooperstown 31 degrees, Deb Hartwick 30 degrees, Scott Edmiston 31, same with Diane in West Lawrence, and Tom in Lawrence with 32 degrees, and Pat in Skenevis with 32 as well. Throughout the day today, we warm up a few degrees into the mid to as possible as upper 30s in the lowest elevations. Wind speeds not too bad, but still a decent breeze of 5 to 10 miles per hour. And regarding rain or snow chance, well, it's non-zero. It's not dry like yesterday. We're going to be seeing the chance for a few flurries and sprinkles as we head in the afternoon and evening hours. Our best chance of seeing any sort of rain or snow will be the overnight hours tonight. The broader picture, we've got high pressure keeping things quiet here in central New York this morning, but we got an inversion keeping that cloud layer pretty stubborn near the surface. Heading into tonight, we can see that weak system producing that cold front sweeping through our area. As you can see there, a chance for some light rain and snow, depending on elevation, heading into the later hours tonight. So our skycast showing clouds this morning. We're seeing unsettled weather start to move in from the northwest, especially tonight and early tomorrow morning. And then by tomorrow afternoon, things do dry out for the most part, with temperatures climbing into the mid-30s. Then Friday, for the most part, is looking quiet into the evening and into the early morning hours Saturday. Then Saturday morning, stubborn, lingering low-level clouds, which with this northerly wind will dry things up. And by Saturday afternoon, we're talking about a good amount of sunshine into the evening hours. And this will be the common trend as we look ahead to the end of the weekend and the start of next week. Regarding snowfall accumulation, those of you wondering, will we see any accumulation here in the Mohawk Valley or Utica area? Well, it depends on elevation. As you can see here, the accumulation will be primarily isolated to the hilltops, maybe a dusting or coating of snow maximum in the lowest elevations, but we're going to be missing out here on a lot of that snow that will be reaching those hilltops. We're thinking those hilltops could see 1, maybe 2 inches of snow. For today, high of 38, light rain and snow. Tonight, a low of 33 with additional light snow showers and flurries. 7-day forecast following Groundhog Day. Take a look at this weekend and next week. We've got plenty of sunshine on tap, maybe a few days of some passing clouds, but overall a pretty quiet and dry weather pattern.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us here on the CW11 this morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And it is the first day of February. I do not know where this month of January went.
It just flew by.
Wow.
Here it is, February 1st is here, and it's starting out on the cloudy and quiet side. We've got a weak system bringing some light rain and snow to our area, but that looks to be it.
Yeah.
Following this,
Sunshine.
we got sunshine
All right.
moving in. First, though, let's take a live look outside to our Nexus camera looking at downtown Utica. Of course, quiet conditions as you head out to work this morning. Currently, it is 34 degrees at Griffiths and Rome. Feels like 30 with that east wind at 5 miles per hour. And a look around the state temperature-wise, 34 in Rome, 32 Hamilton, 37 up in Watertown. And a live look for Battery Storm Tracker 2, a live radar. It looks like conditions are picking up on some snow out in Rochester. Looks to be from, at least on the light flurry side. We are tracking some light flurries taking place up in parts of the North Country right now this morning. And for today, again, it starts out pretty quiet with cloudy skies as usual for the past week or so. However, we've got a weak disturbance bringing some light rain and snow during the later half of today and into the overnight hours. Following this, though, we're talking all about that long-awaited sunshine this weekend. About that coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. A Utica firefighter is
Central New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Happy February 1st, everyone. The year is continuing to fly by, and recapping what we saw in January, well, it was somewhat of a mild month. Taking a look at those temperatures versus average across the past 30 or so days, we can see about 18 of them were above average with a pretty mild stretch, both in the beginning and end of the month. We did a cool stretch in the middle, though, with wind chills in that weekend near or below zero in a lot of spots. But here currently on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, looking at quiet conditions. Still some patches of flurries and drizzle taking place in the North Country this morning, but again, the rest of central New York is looking pretty quiet. Those temperatures across central New York, and 34 in New Hartford, 35 Clinton, 33 up in Westdale, 31 in Old Forge Inlet, 34 down in Mohawk, Southern Valleys, 31 Cooperstown, 32 Milford and Skenevis, 30 degrees in Hartwick, and 31 finally in Edmiston and West Lawrence. For today, we're warming up a few degrees into the mid-30s. Some locations a little warmer, but for the most part still remaining below the 40-degree mark here, at least in the lowest elevations. Regarding wind speeds, a little breezy today. Wind speeds between 5 and 10 miles per hour, but we're not looking at anything major regarding strong winds. Not looking to be dry today, however. That's the different case compared to yesterday. We've got a weak system arriving from the northwest, bringing us the chance for some light rain and snow, primarily in the later half of today and into the overnight hours tonight. And the broader picture, we still have high pressure keeping things quiet here this morning in the at least areas south of the North Country. But as this system continues to move in from the northwest, we can start to see some of that rain and snow begin to move in. Not a whole lot, but enough to produce possibly a coating of snow, trace amounts in the lowest elevations, and then maybe an inch or two in those absolute hilltops. And more locally on our Skycast, of course, we can see all that cloud cover today. Heading into this afternoon, we can see those chances of some light rain and snow showers moving in. Still initially starting out as some light sprinkles and drizzle in the Mohawk Valley with those temperatures still above freezing. Then overnight, temperatures fall below 32 degrees, and we're talking about some lingering snow showers and flurries. Beyond this, though, things do quiet down as we head into Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and eventually into Saturday. Take a look at this right here. We got blue skies moving in by Saturday evening as high pressure moves in once more and more dry air moves in as well. Regarding any snowfall accumulations, we can see here on the map, the lowest elevations, I-90 corridor remains relatively snow-free, maybe a dusting of snow, but as you can see here, hilltops could see an inch or two. For today, high of 38 degrees, light rain and snow this evening. Tonight, a low of 33 with some light snow. 7-day forecast following Groundhog Day. We're looking at sunshine moving in this weekend and into most of next week.
Here's meteorologist Eric Gage. And Eric, once again, it's a cloudy forecast today at least, right?
Yeah, that's right. Clouds are sticking around once more, and things are turning a little bit on the unsettled side as we approach the afternoon and the evening today. First, a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We're tracking damp conditions. The light green and light blue and white you're seeing on the screen indicating light flurries, light sprinkles. For example, one of our sky watches up in Old Forge has been reporting on and off sprinkles all day today. Also out to Lewis County, we are seeing some lake-enhanced snow showers taking place up here as well near the Tug, but beyond that, we're just seeing a minor sweep of some light rain and flurries moving into our area this afternoon as temperatures remain in the mid-30s to upper 30s in the Mohawk Valley and a little cooler as you head north and south. For today, though, expect light rain and a few light snow showers as we approach the evening and overnight hours. Beyond that, though, you're tracking a very unusual, quiet and sunny stretch of weather as we approach the weekend and into most of next week. We'll talk all about that in detail coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. The White House is now blaming.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon and welcome back. Happy first day of February. And today has been yet again cloudy, a bit on the damp side as we are tracking a weak system bringing some light rain and snow to our area over the afternoon, evening, and the overnight hours with some light chances here and there. A live look in Cooperstown, the roads and sidewalks look a little damp. Not sure if it's misting out there right now. Hopefully our Skywatcher Stuart checks in this afternoon with a report down there in the southern valleys. And taking a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, we've got a weak frontal boundary moving through our area right now. So in the lowest elevations highlighted in green, that's where it's falling as mist or some light sprinkles and drizzle. In the higher elevations, possibly drizzle mixed in with some flurries, hopefully no freezing drizzle, but that is still a possibility in those higher elevations. But you can see the coverage becoming less strong as you head out east. So for right now, some of these locations could still remain dry, but that could change as there are reports of some light rain out south of Syracuse. Looking out to the west, you can see this frontal boundary moving east, and of course, some additional lake effect taking place up in the Tug in Lewis County and portions of Jefferson County. And here locally, those temperatures again, the valley almost near 40 out in Westmoreland, 37 in Whitesboro. But as you head north, right around freezing, 32 Otter Lake and Inlet, 36 heading to Little Falls, 35 Dolgeville to the south, 35 Cooperstown, 34 degrees in Oneonta. And throughout the rest of this afternoon and this evening, again, those temperatures cool down a little bit. Not by much, though. Winds remain still a little breezy, but not completely windy like what we've seen in a few days past. And regarding rain and snow chances, well, it's low but non-zero. We still got some green here on the bars here. And as we head into the overnight hours, our best chance across the area of seeing rain, or in fact, more likely the case with those temperatures cooling, light snow showers. So the bigger picture, we've got this weak system moving in from the northwest. Officially, it's an Alberta Clipper, but again, it's very weak. It's dragging a cold front over our area, and as you can see here, additional light rain and snow showers move through this evening and into tonight. And so overall, we're looking at a few spotty snow showers again heading into early Friday morning. Things dry out by Friday evening as those temperatures still remain in the mid-30s by Friday afternoon, cooling down into the 20s by Friday night. Then, heading into Saturday, starts out with some clouds, but after that, dry air continues to move in from the north, and we're talking about sunshine and plenty of it, not only for Saturday, but also heading into the rest of the weekend and for the start of the work week next week. And lastly, just a recap of potential snowfall from this event tonight. As you can see here, the valley missing out on a lot of that accumulation as it mainly sticks to the highest elevations north and south of the valley. And if that, maybe 1 to 2 inches max. So again, for today, highs in the mid-30s, light rain and snow. Tonight, light snow, a low of 33. 7-day forecast, new update. We've got some new sunshine icons put in there too, and I feel like it's fitting enough that we're going to be seeing a lot more sun as we head into next week, Gary.
Yeah, those look gorgeous, don't they?
Yeah, I spent all morning trying to go through all this stuff. This looks a lot minor, but I spent so much time trying to get it to work.
Well,
so.
It looks great. Eric, thanks. The town of Ham, again, here is meteorologist Eric Gage.
Another cloudy day in store for us today. Still this afternoon, looking at overcast skies and in some locations experiencing a few flurries and light drizzle. There was our live look from our Cavey Tower camera. We turned up the sensitivity in our radar right now because all this falling this afternoon is near the surface. A low level, it's hard for the radar to pick this rain and snow up. And as you can see here, lowest elevations, primarily light mist and drizzle as this frontal boundary pushes through. In the southern valleys, spotty light drizzle and a few flurries mixing in as well. We have both sky watchers in Cooperstown and Old Forge reporting light drizzle as well. Currently 38 degrees in Rome, 34 Hamilton. Cooler temperatures, of course, in the higher elevations, a little warmer as you head into the Mohawk Valley. And those highs will remain in the upper 30s to mid 30s today before cooling down into low 30s tonight, as a few spotty light rain and snow showers turn over to primarily a few flurries overnight. After that, though, we are tracking plenty of sunshine as we head into the weekend. We'll talk all about that in detail coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. The latest now.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon and welcome back. Cloudy skies occurred this morning. Clouds continue this afternoon, but things turning a little bit more on the damp side. Here's a live view of Main Street in Cooperstown. Our Skywatcher Stewart, of course, checked in. It definitely was drizzling out there right now, and some locations as well. Also seeing some patchy light drizzle, flurries starting to fall with some reports up in Old Forge. Now, a live look at the radar. You can see how this is not really extending too far out to where reports of drizzle would be occurring, so we turned up the sensitivity. This is all occurring in the lower levels. If we zoom in, we can see a bit more of the rain and snow taking place. It's not heavy, it's light, it's drizzly, it's a few flurries, but it's enough to cause damp conditions in some places. As you can see here, the Mohawk Valley is still looking to be above freezing right now, a little cooler as you head up into those higher elevations. Beyond this, though, things will dry out a little bit once more before we're starting to see a few more additional light rounds of rain and snow heading into the overnight hours before things dry out by tomorrow evening. Local temperatures, 38 degrees in Westmoreland. Our Skywatcher Bob checking in Clinton with 38 as well. Same thing heading down the Mohawk Valley, 37 degrees, Little Falls. Our Skywatcher Jeff at Mohawk also with 38 degrees. So the entire I-90 corridor is still well above freezing, but as you head up north, you can see here, Otter Lake Inlet, 32 degrees, and to the south, 34 Oneonta, 33 degrees in Skenevis, and 35 degrees in Cooperstown. We cool down a few degrees throughout the afternoon and the evening. Winds remaining still a little breezy, but not too bad. However, we're still in this damp pattern for tonight and early tomorrow. As you can see here, rain chances and snow chances are low, but non-zero. So the broader picture, we've got clouds throughout all the Northeast right now, and this Clipper system moving in from the northwest, pushing into most of central New York. And as you can see here, we're tracking a few light rain and snow showers from this system as it continues to push south and east, and then things will dry out as we head into Friday night and Saturday. So more closely on our Skycast, of course, clouds, light rain, light flurries. We're not talking about anything too bad in terms of accumulation with this system, primarily accumulating snow highest chances will be on those hilltops due to upsloping south of the Mohawk Valley. Following tomorrow morning, things dry out. We could see a peak of sunshine, but still those clouds remain stubborn until Saturday morning. That's when we'll start to see that dry air move in from the north, and things will finally start to trend more on the sunny side. And this right here will be a common pattern, not only for Saturday, but into Sunday and, for most likely the case, most of next week. And then quickly regarding snowfall accumulation, as you can see here, the path of where the snow will accumulate will be, again, in highest elevations north and south of the Mohawk Valley. And so for today, highs in the mid-upper 30s, spotty light rain and snow. Tonight, low 33, light snow showers. 7-day forecast. Say goodbye to the clouds and damp weather and say hello to the sunshine. We are looking at sun not only for the rest of Saturday into Sunday, but even a few more chances Tuesday, Wednesday, and even in the middle and end of next week.
Could be a record.
Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Another cloudy day.
No.
Shocking, right?
There is light at the end of the tunnel, and it's coming sooner than later. Once we head into the weekend, this pattern is going to change dramatically, but we do have to get through it tonight. Cloudy skies continue. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A few sprinkles, a few flurries out there, but this is not expected to cause any travel issues. Current temperature is 36 degrees. It has been balmy, at least for early February. We've got calm winds outside. Our weather headlines: flurries tonight, little accumulation. One more day of what is that? Yes, miserable clouds. But yes, we will be seeing some sunshine as we head into the weekend, and it looks to stick around. A very dramatic swing in the weather pattern here should put us in a much better mood going forward. This evening, temperatures in the 30s, cloudy skies. Again, some light snow showers and flurries continue tonight and into tomorrow. Get a look at the forecast coming up. Kristen, back to you.
For the first time since being hospitalized.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Another dreary day across central New York. Some sprinkles, some flurries continue. Let's take a live look outside. In downtown Utica, temperatures are above freezing, so traffic is not seeing any big impacts from this precipitation. The roads are mainly wet. But in the higher spots, again, some flurries are possible as we head into tonight. And of course, big story has been the never-ending cloud cover. We've had a solid deck of clouds. It's been overcast for the past several days. It's been more than a week since we've seen any appreciable sunshine here in central New York. But the good news is we should get some opportunities as we head into the weekend. Our season's snowfall continues to lag behind. In fact, today, without any measurable snowfall so far, we are now 3 feet behind the average snowfall for the city of Utica. By February 1st, it's 59 inches, and we are below 23 inches for the season. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things are looking relatively quiet. Some late rain showers and drizzle are showing up, and that will be the case as we head into this evening and tonight. Temperatures will remain mild for this time of the year. Whitesboro 36, Little Falls 36, Dolgeville 35. Across southern valleys, Sherburne 35 degrees, Oneonta 34, and Skinevus with 32. We've got a disturbance that is dropping in from the north, a weak area of low pressure, bringing additional clouds and precipitation to central New York. This system is going to move to the east. We are going to see a dramatic change in the weather pattern as the winds blow from the north. We're going to start to draw in some drier air from Canada, and that will bring some sunshine to our area as we head into the weekend. It's also going to help deflect any storms from moving into central New York. Tonight, cloudy skies. Overnight lows drop down into the 30s. Some late snow showers and flurries are expected tonight. Little accumulation is expected. We start out with temperatures in the low 30s Friday morning. Some snow showers in the air early in the day. We might get a few breaks of sunshine in the afternoon. Not banking on it, but it is possible. It does remain mostly cloudy as we head into Friday night. And then Saturday, we should see decreasing clouds and a return to sunshine. Looks like a nice Saturday afternoon. High temperatures climb into the mid-30s. And again, the weather is looking dry and sunny as we head throughout the weekend. Snow showers tonight, low of 31. Tomorrow, Looking at cloudy skies, flurries, temperatures in the upper 30s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. It is quite a dramatic change. Again, once we get through tomorrow, the sun comes out on Saturday, and it's a sunny stretch of weather. Not what you would expect for the first week of February. Very quiet, dry, and pretty mild for this time of the year. And getting some sunshine that we sorely need.
Yeah. Bill, thank you.
Well, thank you, Bill. Well, 911 dispatchers in Erie. Let's get you back to Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
So we're talking about the cloud cover. I know this is a cloudy time of the year. You hear me say this a lot. But this year in particular, it has been extra cloudy. And so the question is why? Part of this has to do with milder weather. When we have milder weather, we get certain situations where the cloud cover just has a hard time going away. One of them is when warmer air moves over a snowpack. We saw that last week with lots and lots of fog, which really thickened the cloud cover near the surface. And a lot of times, too, when we have warmer air, there's not a lot of mixing that happens in the atmosphere. We need that to clear the clouds out. So those are some of the reasons why it's been cloudy lately. Going forward, as the sun angle gets higher, which it will, it's going to give us some conditions that will create less cloud cover. And we should start to break out of these really dreary patterns here. And it looks like our first chance of doing this will be over the weekend. We're looking at temperatures very consistent over the next several days with highs in the mid to upper 30s. But again, some sunshine is expected to return beginning Saturday. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Very light snow showers and flurries are taking place across the region, along with some drizzle. Keep that in mind if you're going to be taking the dog out for a walk. Temperatures will be in the mid-30s. Tonight's featured dog, Gracie from Marcy. This is brought to you by Nye Automotive Group. We're tracking some sunshine over the weekend. A look at the forecast is coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Punxsutawney used to be quite reliable.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're continuing to track cloudy conditions across central New York, but there will be some big changes in the weather as we head into the weekend. Let's take a live look outside. This is Old Forge. Temperature of 32. Cloudy skies. We've been seeing some light sprinkles and flurries throughout the day, especially the afternoon. Those will continue tonight. Searching for sunshine. Again, a cloudy one tomorrow, but after that, the weather pattern favors plenty of sunshine from Saturday and beyond. We are going to break out of this weather pattern, and we are going to stay on the sunny side as we head throughout next week. Today's February 1st. Can you believe it? Here's a look at some of the high temperature, some of the temperature records for the month of February. The warmest has been 72 in 2018. The lowest was 34 below zero, which is also the all-time record low for Utica. That was set back in 1934. Snowiest month, 2007. If you remember that, that was the Valentine's Day blizzard. Normal highs, of course, in a normal year, our high is 29 in the beginning, and it gets up to 35. We've been living on the end of February lately. We gained 1 hour and 13 minutes of daylight throughout the month. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, some sprinkles, some flurries out there tonight. Temperatures are near or above freezing. Clinton 37, Micah New Hartford 37, Stratford 32, Old Forge 33, Stewart and Cooperstown 35, 35 degrees in West Lawrence. A weak disturbance dropping in from the north tonight, again bringing us a few light areas of drizzle and flurries. That continues overnight. Little accumulation is expected. Overnight lows drop down into the low 30s. Tomorrow, it's a cloudy day. A few flurries to start. We'll get some breaks of sunshine in the afternoon and evening, maybe. Temperatures climb into the mid-30s. Tomorrow night, decreasing clouds. The stage is set for much nicer weather on Saturday. Saturday, sunshine breaks out throughout the course of the day. Temperatures climb into the mid-30s, a light wind, and again, much nicer day. Snow showers tonight, low of 31. Tomorrow, snow showers in the morning will dry out in the afternoon. Again, little accumulation is expected. High temperature of 37. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Lots of sunshine ahead. Partly to mostly sunny on Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. And the weather stays like this throughout next week. Sunshine, temperatures approaching 40 as we head into Wednesday and Thursday. We'll be right back.
Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis for a first look at the forecast.
Tracking some sprinkles and some flurries across central New York this evening. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The precipitation is very light, and it will continue tonight and into early tomorrow. Current temperature is 36 degrees. Light rain being reported at Griffiths and Rome. And for the most part, roads are wet this evening, and that'll be the case throughout tonight. We're going to track more flurries overnight into early tomorrow. And one more day of these very stubborn, miserable clouds before the sunshine comes out as we head into the weekend. And it looks to stick around as we look forward. Cloudy skies this evening, temperatures in the upper 30s, along with some light rain and snow showers. Again, tracking some much brighter days ahead. We'll look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Today marks the first day of Black
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're tracking some light snow showers and flurries along with some drizzle. Let's take a live look outside. This is looking in downtown Utica. We're looking to the east from our Nexus camera. 36 degrees is the temperature. The road conditions are generally wet. This light precipitation is not causing any big traveling issues. It has been so gray lately, hasn't it? We're going to deal with another cloudy day tomorrow before the sun comes back out as we head into the weekend. And it's a dramatic and long-changing flip in the weather pattern. It looks like we're going to see sunshine from Saturday all the way through next week. It looks like this weather pattern is not going to go anywhere once it settles in. Kind of making up ground here. We've had pretty much entirely overcast skies since two Sundays ago. And again, a lot of us looking forward to the change. Weather changing throughout the month of February. Since it's already February, let's take a look at some of the records for the month. Warmest temperature recorded, 72 back in 2018. The coldest, 34 below zero. Also the coldest local temperature recorded in any month. That was set back in 1934. Record snowfall, 73 inches back in 2007. We gain 1 hour of 13 minutes of daylight. By the end of the month, the sunrise will be approaching 6:30 and the sunset approaching 6 o'clock. And again, it's nice to see the days getting brighter. It becomes a lot more noticeable throughout this month. The season snowfall, well, we're running behind again. That deficit continues to grow as we really haven't had much snowfall lately. We've now climbed over 3 feet behind average. The average for today's date, 59 inches. To date, 22.4. The outlook for snowfall is continuing to look pretty bleak. Not any big storms in our near future. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things look pretty quiet. Aside from some sprinkles and flurries out there. Skywatchers checking in temperatures above freezing. Clinton 37, Forestport 32, Norway 35, Old Forge 33, Cooperstown 35 degrees, Paynes Hollow with 33. A weak disturbance drops in from the north, bringing in some very light precipitation. This continues into tonight and very early tomorrow, and it's generally as a few flurries. We got a chance to dry out tomorrow afternoon. We might see a few breaks of sunshine late in the day, but there looks to be a better chance for sunshine on Saturday. Clouds give way to sunshine on Saturday. It looks nice. High temperatures climb into the mid-30s. Snow showers overnight, low of 31. Little accumulation is expected. Flurries tomorrow, 37 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Plenty of sunshine going forward. The weekend is looking really nice. Temperatures in the upper 30s. Temperatures continue to run milder than average. We'll make a run into the 40s with plenty of sunshine as we look ahead to next Thursday. So one more day. Just got to get through it.
All right, Bill, thank you.
All right.
Still to come on News Channel 2 at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Perfect weekend coming up for a winter carnival. The sun's coming out again.
Yes, we are very excited about that. Can you believe January's over?
No. And what happened in January, really?
Well, you can see a lot of red across the map here. This is looking back at temperatures. January ends up being 6 degrees above average.
Wow.
We had a lot of stretches of January that were very warm, and it was the overnight lows that were the difference maker here. As we turn the corner into February, the weather looks to stay on the mild side. It doesn't look like we're going to get any really cold weather anytime soon. Let's take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A couple of sprinkles and flurries out there tonight. Temperature-wise, again, it's a very mild night. We're sitting at 37 degrees. Again, this is usually the high temperature for this time of the year. Overnight lows tonight really aren't going to cool off that much. We'll drop down into the low 30s, cloudy skies. When will we see the sunshine? It looks like we're going to see it this weekend. We've got to look at that forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. It will be a week.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Dreary conditions out there tonight. This is a live look in downtown Utica. We've got some fog and drizzle and wet roads, and temperatures are above freezing. Again, just dealing with a lot of this low-level cloudiness. That'll be the case again tomorrow. As we turn the corner into the weekend, the weather should get a lot nicer. And finally, we get a chance to see some sunshine as we head into Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. It looks like the weather patterns are going to change finally in our favor as we head into next week. As we turn the corner, today being the first day of February, let's take a look at some of the records for the month. The high temperature ever recorded, 72 back in 2018. The low was 34 below zero back in 1934. That's also the coldest recorded temperature for any month throughout the year. Our heaviest snowfall, 2007, 73 inches for the month. That was also the year that we had the Valentine's Day blizzard. Average highs this time of the year, 29. By the end of the month, we're up to 35. We gain 1 hour and 13 minutes of daylight. Still running behind on snowfall, more than 3 feet now as of today, and it looks like we're going to continue to add those numbers up as we stay relatively quiet and dry over the next couple of days. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Sprinkles continue across central New York. We're expecting the weather to very slowly dry out here over the next 24 hours as the winds turn from the north into the west, and that should carry the clouds with it. Tonight, a few sprinkles, a few flurries. Overnight lows drop down into the mid-30s. Tomorrow, some flurries in the morning. We might get a few breaks of sunshine in the afternoon. Temperatures climbing to the mid-30s. Tomorrow night, clouds, but clouds should start to break apart as we head into Saturday. The winds start to turn direction. We get some dry air in place. We should see some sunshine as we head into Saturday afternoon with high temperatures in the mid-30s. Some rain and snow showers tonight, low of 31. Tomorrow, looking at some flurries in the morning, a high temperature of 37. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Sunshine as we head into the weekend. It looks like a beautiful stretch of weather. Highs in the mid to upper 30s. And it gets a little bit warmer as we head into the middle of next week with highs close to 40 by Wednesday and Thursday.
Boy, look at all that sun.
It is a remarkable change, yes.
Okay, it's actually happening. All right, thanks, Bill. Coming up next, exciting news regarding. We bring in Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis, and we're talking temperatures for the month of. When did January end? I mean, I know it was yesterday, but seriously, that went like that.
I know, it's amazing. January's done, and we're looking back. It's been an incredibly warm month. It might not have felt warm because a lot of the warmth was happening at night. Temperatures were at an average 10 degrees above normal at night. We had you see a lot of red here, a lot more red than blue.
Yeah.
January ended up being 6 degrees above average, which is pretty significant. As we turn the corner into February, it is looking very warm, or at least very mild to start. As we take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, we're tracking a few sprinkles and flurries out there this evening. Things are looking pretty quiet. It's still pretty warm out there. Current temperature is 36. We'll stay above freezing overnight. Temperatures drop down into the low 30s. Tracking another cloudy day tomorrow before the sun comes out. Heading into the weekend, a look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. It'll be a week tomorrow. That family.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening and welcome back. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. A dreary night across central New York. Been seeing more rain showers than snow showers across the region. We'll see some of this turn over to snow showers early tomorrow morning. Clouds are going to be lingering around tomorrow, but there's some good news. If you've been waiting for sunshine, it looks like this weekend is going to be a good bet. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and beyond, we see a very sharp change in the weather pattern. And it looks like we're going to be seeing a lot of sunny days going forward once we get through tomorrow. February, beginning today. Let's take a look at the records for the month. 72 for the high. That was back in 2018. The record coldest temperature, also the record for any month, 34 below zero for the city of Utica back in 1934. The record snowfall, 73 inches in 1 month. That was 2007. Also the record snowiest month measured. By the way, that 2007 was also the year that we had the Valentine's Day blizzard. So we had a really couple of big snow events that month, of course. Looking at our average highs, they climb from 29 to 35 throughout the month, and we gain 1 hour and 13 minutes of daylight from the beginning to the end of February. What we've been seeing a lack of not only sunshine, but also snowfall, and we're now over 3 feet behind average for today's date. That number is going to keep growing as we stay generally snow-free for the next several days. Scattered rain showers dropping in from the north tonight as a disturbance moves through. This is a relatively small weather system, so this moves through tonight and into early tomorrow. Once this passes by, then our weather begins to change as we head into the weekend. Tonight, cloudy skies, overnight lows drop down into the low 30s. A few sprinkles and flurries through tomorrow morning. Little accumulation is expected. High temperatures climb into the mid-30s. Tomorrow night, we're looking at cloudy skies, and we should see some sunshine breaking out first thing Saturday morning, and Saturday looks beautiful. We'll see dry air, sunshine, warmer temperatures with highs in the mid-30s. Snow showers tonight, low of 31. Tomorrow, cloudy skies, flurries in the morning. Temperatures climb into the upper 30s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Lots of sunshine heading into the weekend and beyond. Temperatures will be in the mid-30s Saturday and Sunday, and we slowly climb into the upper 30s to low 40s as we look ahead to Wednesday and Thursday.
Wow. Like you just jack those numbers up a little higher, and that's spring.
Might feel like it with the sun. Yeah.
No doubt. All right, thanks, Phil. Coming up next, exciting news.